Starting off today's effect, you can see that things are a bit different. I don't actually have a full deck of cards on me. What I have here are five blueback bicycle playing cards, and these cards aren't your normal playing cards. These are actually something called ESP cards. So in this case, we have a square or a box, we have a circle, we have squiggly lines, we then have a plus or a cross, and then we have a star. I would hand these over to the participant, and they can really give these a mix as much as they would like. Once they're done, they would hand the cards back, and I explain that for this effect, what I'm gonna actually do here is take cards from the bottom of the deck and move them to the top, and you just call out stop whenever you would like. So let's say I go ahead and I start moving cards like this, and the participant decides to call out stop. Let's say right now, what I'm gonna do is show you this bottom card. I don't want to see it. Go ahead and remember that. Now, this packet can then be handed over to the participant. They can give it a shuffle, and even with all of that, I know that the symbol you called out stop on was the star. If you would like to learn how to do this, please stick around for the tutorial. Before I get into the tutorial, the cards I am using, like I already mentioned, are ESP cards. Now, I actually received these ESP cards from this bicycle gaff deck of playing cards that I actually won from Card Mat Tutorials. So I will leave my deck review of these cards in the description, along with a link to Card Mat Tutorials channel. Go and subscribe to him and tell him that either John John and or Fading Fading AC number 3 sent you. So, for this effect, this is nice because you don't even need ESP cards, but this is a nice a switch. If you don't have ESP cards, a couple of things you can do. For example, you could take five pieces of paper and then you could draw probably any five symbols you wanted. You actually want. These are just some pretty common symbols. You could probably use a cardboard, or obviously you could use blank cards. Now, if you don't want to do any of that, you could use, for example, five court cards from the deck. It really doesn't matter. So in the performance, that was the advanced way. Right now, I will show you the beginner way, and then I will show you the advanced way. So starting off this effect, your only setup is going to be to take one of these symbols, let's say the circle, leave it on the bottom of the deck, know what it is, and turn the packet over. You are all set. Now, starting off the effect, if you wanted to, you could shuffle the packet, just leave the bottom card on the bottom. So you could shuffle just the top cards. If a card or two go on the bottom, just take that many cards from the bottom and move them to the top, leaving your circle there. Another thing you could do is, let's say the participant actually shuffles and they hand it back to you. You just can show them that they shuffle these cards in a random order and then count how many cards are on top of the symbol you want to remember. Let's say the circle for two, and then just cut these to the bottom and turn the packet over. Or what you could do actually is go ahead and from the bottom move them to the top. It doesn't matter. You want to keep your symbol on the bottom you can remember. And now the only thing you're gonna do is the glide. Now you can do any card force you would like to force the bottom card, but I find that the glide is the easiest. I will link my card force video in the description, and I do have a separate video on the glide which I will link in the description, but in this video I will go over it really quick. Now, there are two ways you can set up the glide. You can either hold the packet like this, so your thumb is on the bottom, and your index, middle, ring, and pinky are on the top. And you want it about halfway, so when you turn your wrist over like this, your fingers come over, apply pressure down, and then they just move down. Now, that is a little difficult for me because the card isn't lined up exactly. So when your wrist is down, what I do is I take my fingers and I just move it down till it hits my pinky. It doesn't matter, but now you are set up for the glide. So all you're going to do is take cards underneath the very bottom and move them to the top, and keep your hand in a way so they don't see this card sticking out. So I do it like this. So all you're going to do is grab from the bottom and have them call out stop. Wherever they call out stop, you're going to go ahead and at the bottom, you're going to move this card up and then rotate the packet, pick it up, and then show it to them. So it may look like this. So they call out stop. I come in and then I rotate it, I pick it up and show it to them. And now the only thing left for you to do is guess the circle. So that is the beginner way of doing this. Now you can really reveal it however you would like. If you know ahead of time the symbol you want, let's say a circle or a square, you could cut out a piece of paper in a circle or a square and then write, I knew you would choose the circle or the square. And then when they see the prediction is right, if they don't catch on to it, you can show them not only was your prediction right, but the prediction is in the shape of the symbol they chose. So that is the beginner way. Let's get into the advanced way. So for this, all this takes is a card peek. If you actually mark these cards beforehand, so you know what each symbol is, you won't actually need to catch a peek. Just read the symbol or the marking of the bottom card and know that it's a circle. But in the performance, these were shuffled, and then when they hand them back to me, all I do is I take them like this, and I just casually lift them up, but not too far, and then I can see the squiggly right there. Or another peak is actually getting the glide ready so you can talk like this and explain what you're going to do for the effect. And while you're doing it like this, looking them in the eye, you should in your peripheral vision be able to see the squiggly. And then you perform the trick. And I think that is going to be the video. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. It's a different type of video. I want to see what I can actually get out of this gaff deck. So there may be a couple of videos actually using tricks from this gaff deck. But yeah, that is the video. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe and check out card math tutorials Tell him I sent you, and I will see you next time with a new trick. Bye.